The Parkland Posse defeat the Wainwright Wolfpack 9-8 here this afternoon. Evan Cooke alongside myself. Evan, it was a tough start for the Posse. They went down early. They came into that third period down 7-2. What do you make of the first 40 minutes?
Well, I think for the Posse in this one, it was just some of the same problems that have plagued them over different times this season, and that's on the offensive side. They were certainly getting their shots on goal, just weren't burying on some of the chances that they got, and just too many penalties taken. They were giving Wainwright, I think, too many power plays in the first 40 minutes and allowed them to take that 7-2 lead into the third period.
And then you look at that third period, what a period it was. 8 goals were scored, 7 belonging to the Posse, 1 to the Wolfpack. You highlight a couple guys. Nate LaCusta, he had 3 goals, 1 assist. Seth Belrose, he had 1 goal, 3 assists. But talk about that third. What a period for Parkland.
What a period for Parkland, and you mentioned some of the key guys in this one. I think let's start with Nate LaCusta, because I think we have to give credit to him. His 2 goals were the only offense the Posse had over the first 40 minutes, and by him scoring those, he puts his team in a position that allows them to be able to make that incredible third period comeback. And like you say, finishes with 3 goals and 1 assist, a 4-point afternoon for him. Another 4-point afternoon for Seth Belrose as well, who ignites the Posse offense in the third period, finishes with a goal and 3 assists for him. The 1 goal was a pretty huge one, the game winner, as of course the Posse able to complete that pretty sweet 9-8 comeback. You look at the offense as well, 2 goals in this one from Connor Deschênes, his first game back from injury. Logan Fiedler scored in his first game back as well, and that was a massive goal scored early in that third period, and it looked like the Posse at that time were able to take advantage of a big turnover that was given to them with the Wainwright goaltender leaving his net, trying a rush. The Posse able to knock the ball away, get it to Fiedler, scores in the open net, and that was the first of a couple opportunities in that third period for the momentum to really shift, and the Posse were able to take full advantage and, like you talk about, go on that 7-1 run to end the game in the third.
A TSN turning point, if you will, maybe perhaps when the goaltender came out of the net. Talk about goaltenders now. On the other side, Gavin Ferguson in today for the Posse, a midget affiliate call-up as Andy Ryerson was out with illness. He had maybe a tough start, tough couple minutes in that first period, but man, he was good in the third. Made some big saves to hold this Posse lead late.
Well, you know, as we talked about with the power plays, there was a lot of offense coming at Gavin Ferguson early on in the game, but thought he really settled into it. And then, like you say, in that third period, was able to come away with some massive saves, especially in the late moments of the game when the Posse took a penalty, took 2 penalties to be down 5-on-3 late in the third with just that 1 goal lead. The Gavin Ferguson finishes with 14 saves on 22 shots against him, and a heck of a debut filling in for Ryerson today.
Once again, less than 24 hours here in between games for the Parkland Posse, as tomorrow they're back here at 2 o'clock taking on the Vermilion Roar. If you're a coach, Sean Schimpf, right now, what is your message to your team going ahead to tomorrow afternoon?
Well, obviously, to make tomorrow's game look a whole lot more like the third period today than the first 2. And I think it's just the things we talk about. It's almost feels too simple to say, but really penalties make such a big difference. And for the Posse, shorthanded, I think by the end of the night tonight, it was 14 times they were shorthanded over the course of the game. That's obviously too many for them to take on a consistent basis if they want to come out and grab wins. So keeping that discipline, staying out of the box, and of course, when you've got the ball and got possession of the ball, you're going to take a lot less penalties than when you're chasing the play or you're on defense. And so for Parkland, I think that really has been the biggest difference when we've seen them succeed very well and when we've seen them not succeed as much so far this season.
Evan Cooke alongside Brandon Ewanchyshyn here as the Parkland Posse beat the Wainwright Wolfpack 9-8 and are back here in less than 24 hours taking on the Vermilion Roar at 2 o'clock.